Hi everybody, welcome to our weekly training video. This week I'm going to give a real basic training plan for teaching your dog to use one of those scratch boards that has a treat compartment. I reviewed a couple of those last week, so if you haven't seen that, go back and take a look. And this week I'm going to look at the one of the two I reviewed that I like better and show how I help my dog sort of do a little bit better job of using it with just a little simple training plan. Okay, so scratch boards with treat drawers, quick training plan. Who is this for? This is for you if you've decided to try one of these scratch boards that have a treat compartment, and you can see the treat compartment in this photo on the right here. It's very slightly open. That little sort of cover is covering up a compartment that I have put some smelly treats in for my dogs to try to get. And this is especially for you if your dog needs a little help getting started, learning how to use one of these scratch boards in a way that actually files their nails. This is a little review from last week, but what kind of scratch boards are there? Most scratch boards I've seen are homemade, like this one in the photo that's a scratch board made from scrap wood and some grip tape. But there are more and more you can purchase these days with lots of different shapes and different features like these treat compartments. Usually scratch boards are flat. Sometimes they are curved in order to provide better scratching, I guess, angle for the outer nails. And some scratch boards that you can buy come with treat compartments. And this is what I'm talking about today. So this is the one that I am giving you a little training plan for, this scratch board with a single treat drawer. It's a photo on the right here. You can see that it has a frame that allows you to prop it up at an angle, but you can also have it flat. There is a single space to put a treat in. The dog can slide the cover off to get the treat, hopefully with their paw. The cover is lockable, so those two little black tabs you can see on the side of the scratch board here, you can twist those up so they hold the cover of the drawer in place so the dog cannot get it open, which is useful in training. And like I mentioned, you can use it flat on the ground or at an angle. All right, so real quick, and then I'll show you video of all these steps. Nail board with treat drawer training plan step 1 is just letting your dog know that there are treats in this thing. So just eat, all they have to do is eat out of the open drawer. So you can see in the photo on the left here, drawer is open, Pancake's eating a treat out of it. And then you progressively close the drawer a little bit, but still have it pretty readily accessible with a treat in it. So next to it, go to partially open, and then mostly closed, just open a little bit. And you could do several gradations between totally open and closed. Of course, this is just for the sake of brevity that I'm not showing more than a few. And one of the points I want to make about this step, once you get toward having the drawer mostly closed, it can be helpful to have it closed enough, like it is in this photo for Juno, that the dog can't really squeeze their nose into that crack to open it with their nose, so that they're more likely to use their paw. And then you'll move on to a closed drawer, so the dog's more likely, again, to use their paw, which is what we want. And finally, once your dog is using their paw to scratch at the scratch board to open the drawer to get a treat, you're going to lock that drawer, let them scratch more than once, and then give them a treat. You can either hand deliver the treat, or you can, if you want, unlock the drawer and open it after 2 or 3 scratches and then reload it again, but that just takes longer. It's a little faster just to give them a treat from your hand. So let's look at video. Here we're starting out with an open drawer, and there's a treat in it, and Pancake's gonna just go eat. He's just learning food is in this thing. And now it's, halfway open, a quarter of the way open. Some dogs will start to use their paws at this point and some won't. Juno is pawsy, so she's using it. And then cracked. She really shot the drawer off that time. And then closed. And you can then try it at an angle as well. If your dog is doing multiple pawings like this and they haven't got the treat drawer open, I would give them a treat or open the drawer for them. I don't want to extinguish scratching just because she's not scratching in the right spot, so I still want to reinforce that. So if your dog does do something like this where they're giving they're trying multiple times and scratching it, you want to reinforce that. So just give them a treat or open the drawer for them. One problem you can run into is a dog who really doesn't want to use their paws. I ran into this problem with Pancake. Even when it was cracked this much, it's just a tiny crack, he would still somehow find a way to open it with his nose rather than trying his paw. But if I closed it all the way, he just kind of stared at me blankly. So here's what I did to help him over this little hump in training. I had it cracked so that he could smell the treat and he would try his nosing strategy first. But I held the drawer in place with my hand so he couldn't actually nudge it open with his nose. He would then try his paw finally, and then I would let him get it. So after that, he was then starting to paw on his own with the drawer closed. And then once they're doing this frequently, I want to start to get more than one scratch per treat, right? Otherwise, it's going to take a really long time to file their nails. So there I've locked the drawer with those little tabs. And then he does a couple scratches at a time, and then I give him I just put a treat on the board. And then I wait. He's sniffing it. He's like, this isn't, my normal thing isn't working. So he scratches a couple more times. Again, I give him a treat. And then you would just slowly increase the number of scratches. All right, so just quick review of the steps. You basically first teach your dog to eat out of the treat compartment in this scratch board, the special scratch board with a little treat drawer. Then you teach them to open the drawer, hopefully with their paw, but it might be with their nose. So then you slowly change the configuration of the drawer opening so they're more likely to use their paw if they aren't already. And then once they're using their paw consistently to open the drawer, you then start to require multiple scratches per treat. And you can do that if you can lock the drawer. All right, everybody, I hope this is helpful. If you try out this little training plan, I'd love to hear how it goes. If you'd like to get our weekly updates in our newsletter, letting you know what new free content we have or what new classes or discounts might be coming up, go to this link at the bottom, dogkindtraining.com/newsletter, sign up, and then you'll hear from us each week and stay in the loop about what's going on. Okay, everybody.